Do the gym. Hopefully, things will run a little more smoothly tonight. Hey, JK. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. How's your day? How's life treating you? Got some new parts for new couple pieces we're going to be putting together here pretty soon. This guy's practically all together. Yeah. So you can just chill. Yeah? Friday. Next week, everyone starts school too, so I'm probably going to have to move my schedule online about an hour back. So start at 9:30 or something like that, so I get some decent sleep. But Friday and the weekend, it's on us, man. What are you gonna do for the weekend? Got any plans? Just gonna chill and relax. Now, what was I going to do? Ah, the face shield. Clean this bad boy up. Yeah, the honey-do list, right? They tend to find that for you. Hey, Bubba, welcome back. Good to see you again. Oh, yeah. The honey-do. And I'm sure she'll find something to do in between those things she has on the list. Yeah, always do. How you doing tonight, Bubba? Good to see you again. What do you got planned for the weekend? Good. You know, guys, I've come to the conclusion that this yellow PLA Plus, it's got brilliant color, but as a filament, it sucks. It causes me so much trouble. It does not print nearly as well as some of the other ones. I don't know if it's the dyes or the inks or whatever they put in it. It's kind of soft and squishy, and it doesn't really give you the best prints. You got to do a lot of cleanup work on it. I mean, brilliant color, don't get me wrong, but man, oh man. I mean, I've been printing this face shield over and over again, and just look how rough they are. All these excess hairs. Let me look at this one. It absorbs too much water. You know, it absorbs too much humidity out of the air. Causes all kind of stringing issues. That's another thing, JK. When you get your printer, you're gonna encounter stringing. Don't worry, it's typically not your fault. It's a humidity thing. It's what's in the air. You know, you just gotta dry your filament out or wait for a drier day. I got a pretty decent one. We'll clean that guy up and use it. So, Bubba, what you got going on this weekend, man? Friday's right around the corner. I put that booger up. There it is. I need some magnification for this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a dehumidifier upstairs for, like, you know, making beef jerky and stuff like that. I heard you could use those. I've been thinking about it, but I've never had filament give me as much trouble as this yellow. More painting. Now, Bubba, are you working on the orc army? Is that what it is you're painting? If I can recall correctly, you have to forgive me. I suffer from CRS. It means can't remember SHIT. That's not like our print's done over there. Awesome. Adeptus drunkenness. Nice. I'll drink to that, soldier. Welcome. Pull up a seat, have a drink. Shoot the shit with my friends, JK and Bubba here. Oh yeah, homemade beef jerky's the best. And yes, more orc boys. How many points is your army going to be, Bubba? Do you know? Are you still collecting? Adeptus, are you into 3D printing? Because you can have this guy for free. If you want him, just use that QR code over there. It's all yours. Yeah, you might end up with like a 2,000 point army. You never know. It does happen. Not more. These dental picks are awesome. Ah, good for you. Dabble can become a flood every once in a while there, Drunken. Actually, no, Bubba was asking the other day when we were thinking about the new orcs and whatnot. Have you seen the new orcs, Adeptus? What do you think about them? Frankly, I think they look a little plain. I wasn't too impressed. God, there's so many hairs on this thing. I'm gonna sit here and scrape them all away, one bit at a time, until I have the perfect mask for this guy. Never give up, never surrender. Yeah, I was kind of let down by him as well. I don't know. Kind of wonder if GW's has kind of lost some creative edge or something. I hope not. Yeah. Ah, Age of Sigmar. Yeah. A lot of people love Age of Sigmar. I kind of remember hearing there was some controversy. They promoted me. Techno Knight, welcome back. Who promoted you? If you got a promotion, that means you're getting better pay, right? To Knight from Mask. Well, congratulations to Senior Knight. No more mask for you. Seriously, congratulations. Boy, this thing's a mess. Not all prints are created equally, but you can clean them up quite a bit with a decent set of files. Oh, I was thinking to myself, I was like, trying to figure out what you meant. Well, good on you. I always recognize the techno part. Let's see how we fit. There. Once painted, it'll look a lot better, but not bad. Hey? A little more cleanup than this guy. Nothing a good hand file can't fix. And a booger hook. By the way, Adeptus, wasn't there something going on with Old Hammer and Sigmar? Like there was some controversy with that. I kind of remember hearing that Warhammer was going to like retire Old Hammer, and Sigmar was supposed to kind of take up the mantle or something like that. I was worried you would not recognize me without my pizza. Well, it's okay. The Techno part I caught immediately, you know. But I mean, the pizza icon was a signature piece. I wouldn't have changed it. I would have kept the pizza. As a fan of pizza, I would have kept the pizza. See, now I want a piece of pizza. I had to bring up pizza. There we go. You're going to get a 3D printer for free? Please do share how you're doing that. I could use all the free 3D printers I could use. You got like a buddy who's like, I don't want it anymore. You know, take it off my hands. Shoot, if you can get one for free, go for it. Even if it's an older one, you can modify them. I hope it's not anything illegal. Yeah, I think I may need to redesign this mask a little bit to help the printing process. Clean up these edges a bit. Cannot help with mass anymore. Well, c'est la vie, my friend. C'est la vie. See, there you go, JK. A little more French than I know. C'est la vie. The very little I know. Oh, you found a spare 3070. How do you just find that lying around and not know about it? Oh, that's funny. Oh, I had that, you know, fairly powerful video card just hanging out there. Didn't know about it. I thought you were going to tell me you had a buddy or something who, like, you know, you were helping move some stuff in a garage, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got that little printer over there. You can have it if you want it, you know. But no, man, hawk that, you know, unless your computer needs it. Oh, that's right. You told me you built a couple new computers recently, didn't you? So, yeah. Oh, I bet you can get the money. You might be able to just trade it, yeah. How far is the print off? Well, the print on this guy's not off. It's just that the problem is, and you'll find out about this, is that PLA is hygroscopic and absorbs moisture, and you get what's called stringing or spaghetti. You see that? how gnarly that is? That's all because there's too much moisture in the filament. So you have to dry the filament out in order to get a good print. And like, where's a good example? So here's one that I printed during the winter time. And you can see how clean that face shield is, you know. And having dry air or dry filament is key to getting good prints. How far along is the print to be? Oh, well, this guy is pretty much done printed wise. So we got to prep him for finishing the painting on him. And then I've got a Maximilian machine cannon here. And I have over here, I've got the parts for the armor mortiser that I'm going to be making as well. You see those guys right there. And then I've got to make the Jolly Sod as well, the big artillery cannon. Tiny Tim that goes on top. And then the final weapon is the Baxter Bulldog, the revolvers that come with him. And that would be all of his parts, I believe. I've made a few. So, yeah, we're getting there. But, hey, the longer it takes me to get done, the more we get to hang out, right? That's what's really all about. I mean, I could just slap this together and be like, good night, guys. Catch you later. Well, we could take our time and enjoy each other's company while we do the fine work on this guy. Actually, that's what I really enjoy, is going slow and picking at it to get all the fine details, making it as perfect as humanly possible. I guess the goal is to make it as cheaply as possible, but as best as possible. And that requires patience and craft, which I'm sure all of you have too. That's why you're here. Actually, I'll tell you guys a little story. Yes, I am in Restream. You can let me know if you guys see any stuttering. I actually went online, I did some research, I made some adjustments to my OBS program, so hopefully it won't drop me anymore. I have my IP plugged into it directly and a few other key things. And God willing, we won't get dropped like the other day. But again, it might not be my problem, or my fault to say. So, here's the hoping. I sort of play in the background over. Sure, man. If I get stuck on something, I'll call you. I'll be like, JK, get back here! You're gonna miss the cool part! But, yeah, funny little story. I got a message earlier about my model, and the guy was having some difficulty with it. And he was, hey, like, can you redesign it, or the next one you make it easier and all that? And I was like, do I want to make it easier to make these models? Because then there wouldn't be much of a challenge, and you would slap them together in like 5 minutes. It wouldn't be any fun. It's like part of the the joy of making these things is the adventure getting there, and the printing and reprinting and refining of the model to getting what you want. I mean, that's cleaning up nicely, and that's because I sat here with a booger hook and picked at it, as you can see, and that's modeling. I mean, when you model make, you gotta sit down and get into the Zen mode and just kind of slowly work at it and pick at it until everything is smooth and nice. And build your technique too. Let's see here. There we go. And eventually this guy's going to be really nice when he's done. Okay. Almost there. And then we'll begin on the Maximilian machine cannon. I Actually, I'm going to use the drill on this guy. Yeah, it does it. Catches those little edges in there. Because when I clear coat this sucker, I want it to be smooth and smooth. And then we'll give it a nice black wash to dirty it up a little bit. And then we'll put our silver trim on the outside. Or actually, no. Clear coat it first, silver trim it, then dirty wash it so it's all matched properly. Then we'll come back and do a little panel line extra and bring in some chrome to make the rivets pop, look like they're real metal. Like it's been weathered. There you are. Still a couple little hairs right there, but you can get them. Oops. There we are. I call that good. Let's see here. Is he looking up at you? Oh, he can't see his thumbs up. That looks more like it. That's better. All right. Now, first, we'll have to get the receiver broken down off of this. Best part about these supports is they just pop right off. Boom. And what's cool about these? I was thinking about doing a cosplay YouTube, but I don't want to show my face, but I have a mask. Same mask as what? Well, I mean, if you don't want to show your face, you know, a lot of people don't. I get it. The reason why I show my face is I figure it would just be more personable, you know, and I know some people don't want to, they get a little shy in front of the camera and whatnot, so you do whatever works for you, man, you know, but, let's see here, show my face, I have a mask, but it turned out to be the same mask as a boy with, okay. I guess you have to make your own mask then, you know, you got to really like go in there and create your own unique mask. That way it's one of a kind, you know, and that would work for you. Besides, it would also be like a signature of your channel if you have your own mask that you designed, you know, then you've got your voice, your mask, your background, it's all uniquely you. You know, you don't want to just like get a mask off the shelf and shoot like a YouTube channel, because inevitably somebody else is going to have the same thing, I guess. Now, thing about tree supports, they make wonderful additions to terrain for like alien terrain, because they are very alien and very random based upon what you use. So don't throw these away. Save them. You can use them later. You can add all kinds of weird stuff to them to make them, you know, unique and alien. Put them on bases and stuff like that. So never throw away your supports or your failed projects. Yeah. Now just JK, what you do is you put a pair of sunglasses backwards on your head and then just turn your head around, you know. It's good enough. Or you get a paper bag, cut some eye holes, you know. This print came out all right. Thing, that's right. The old comedian. Okay. That's the grip. Oh, you're thinking of Cousin It. Yeah, that's right. Long hair. Thing was the hand from the, not the Munsters, Adam's Family. Love the movies, love the TV show. Funny fact, if you watch the old black and white uh, Adam's Family, my doctor when I was a kid looked just like him. So every time I went to see him, I was like, we're going to go see Gomez Adams again? He had the same mustache and everything. Come on, guy. Let's see if I get 144 like last time. I doubt it. I'm still wondering what that glitch was all about. That's true. Did they show affection and Leave It to Beaver? Pretty sure they did. Okay, there we go. 2-point pin connection there. Break out our glow. And to put on some glow. You know what? You should. Go check it out. I mean, if I were your age, I'd be very curious what was considered fun and popular back in the day. You might find it actually interesting. So, I usually use super glue, but somebody in our family busted a window, and because they were playing a little rough, and I got this stuff here, and I was like, I'll just give this a try, and it is super glue, but it's for glass, and I gotta tell you, I think it's stronger than your just garden variety super glue. It's a little thicker, so it doesn't run as easily, but it's not a gel. And I don't think I'm going to go back. I mean, because it's very tough stuff. It works out very well. I mean, here, mark that one and give it a try yourself when you start printing or making models, because it is wonderful stuff. I think it's just designed to be more supportive than typical super glue. Now, if there is a guy from my area, and he has made a product called Gloop. That's glue with a G, Gloop. I think it's GLOOP, and it's a bonding agent. He works for a Boeing aircraft company, but he designed it, and it's a bonding agent that if you put it on PLA like this, it's never coming apart. You'll have to fracture it apart. I was thinking about getting some of that for my model building, but then I was like, if I need to repair something, I gotta break it apart, and then I'm screwed. Yeah, it would literally melt the print together. This doesn't do that though. This one just gets a really good grip. I mean, it's a little better than your average super glue, I would say. I'm very happy with it. And it cleans up really well. I clean the tip here. Okay, next, I guess I'll do the support, the magazine support back. Oops, I nicked myself. Wouldn't you know it? Of course I did. That's what super glue is good for. Put it on your neck. Alrighty, so this here. Yeah, great. I didn't nick myself. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a Band-Aid. That didn't work too well. Always a danger when you use sharp tools that you might cut yourself. But no good project doesn't have a little blood spilt, if you ask me. There we are. Like new. And it won't be the last time. Okay. So this is the last one to go on, but that's the coolant line. Maybe I should make that a different color. I don't know. I mean, it's going to get painted. So this is not the final color configuration. I'm okay. I just nicked myself a little bit. I was cleaning off the tip of the glue there. Yep, that's it. End of stream. I cut myself. Okay. Gonna happen. No escaping it. All that stuff, you know, somebody could use it, man. Time to put it on Craigslist. You know, decluttering is very important. I'm a firm believer in that. Every few years, you got to go through the house and say, if I haven't touched it, you know, in like 5 years, it needs to go. It's too easy to let things build up. Basically, yeah. Let's see, get ourselves squared here. Clip this guy. Yeah, one man's treasures and another man's I'm sorry, one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's right, you're a freshman. I remember that, 15 years old. That's when I started high school as well, too. Are you excited about your freshman year? My daughter, she's going to be 13 this year in September. Crikey. Good. I was nervous, gotta be honest. When I was going to high school for the first time, I was spooked. Because, new school, new teachers, new rules. It's a much bigger school than the previous, than my middle school at the time. Big change. Let's go here and there. Yeah, this goes here. Okay. So you've got our drum magazine we're putting together. You can see the bullets lined up. And then this guy goes in on top of that, which connects to the receiver. Right here. Boom. And then we're going to eventually come back and paint these brass and gold and all kinds of stuff. Okay. Maybe. I mean, RAM's in such short supply. Somebody with an old computer might just want to stack it up. You never know. This one goes all the way through, doesn't it? Yes, he is. He's saying, go to your school's STEM area and print me out. Blow your professor's mind. He'll want to make one too. And then you give him the channel information and he comes and hangs out. Is your school big or is it a small school? It does have a lot of facilities that you guys can use. My high school was pretty big. It was a busy place. A lot of students. Then they'll probably have all the equipment you need. Oh yeah. You'll be set. There we are. One magazine. Which goes right about like that. Let's get this guy bonded. That is big. 5,000 students. Was it 5,000 students when you went there or when your kids went there? They aren't messing around, are they? Let's see how we're driving over here. That's a well-funded school, man. Our school is all about baseball, soccer, and football and wrestling. That was the big sports here. Yeah, yeah, pretty impressive. Our school was like a sports fanatic school. Oof. Yeah, yeah, you do. So you look your kid straight in the eye and like, okay, son, come here. You better bust your butt over there. Consider what I pay. You know. All right, let's see these line up. Yep, there they go. That's our rear mount. And then this guy slides on here like so. Oops. There we are. Oh, is he getting nervous about it having to leave college? You know, get out there in the world? What's his major? These out. No, did not. Hey, Techno, were you and I the ones that were exchanging 90s animes the other day? Did you look into any of those? Or was that somebody else? There we go. Ah, forgive me, must have been somebody else who was talking anime with. Well, if you're into 90s anime, I've got a whole list for you. We got our coolant tank on there. Bond this guy. Guess. Let's check the coverage really quick. They are. See, sometimes when you're moving a part on, you can go behind it and scratch just a very light line to see where you need to put the glue so that you don't go over the boundary. And then we pad. Oops, drop my paddle. Do that. For the live action, huh? Gotcha. What live action do you like? Okay, what do you kids watch these days? It's hard to tell what kids like these days because it doesn't seem like there's much out there, you know. There we go. Well, JK, you're right. I mean, like, I find myself watching more YouTube than modern day TV. I mean, the independent creators are far better than regular cable. Let's see, you're 15 years old, so it's 2026. So early 2000s, early mid 2000s. Yeah. You were born in 2011. Wow. You guys want a little secret? I was born in 1979 today. So 47 years old as of today. Crazy. It's been messing with my head all day. Yo, Hollow. Welcome, man. You getting lunch? Had a little time for me? How you doing today? Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. It's weird, man. Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate it. Well, what's for lunch today, Hollow? Thank you, Hollow. Very kind. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I figured it'd come out eventually. You know, weird birthdays get weird when you get old. What do I want for my birthday? Just to get through the day. Corned beef. Nice. Is that like with cabbage? Because that's how we make it. We do like a corned beef and cabbage mix and potatoes. Now that's some. You can eat that, you're gonna fall asleep, man. You won't be able to get back to work. See, now I gotta break out a corned beef brisket and make one. Now you got me thinking about it. Easy to make too. Garlic and onion. Oh, that's impossible to beat, man. See, that's like my two favorite ingredients: garlic and onions. Okay, so you do you do a tomato on it. Okay, I gotcha. The way we usually do it here is the corned beef comes with like a seasoning packet, and you put it in a slow cooker and you broil it for a while and get those juices cooking out of it, and you add the onions and the garlic and the potatoes, and you let that make a nice stew around it, and then you break it up and serve it up like that. It's really good. But I imagine tomatoes is really awesome too. That citrus probably really breaks it down, you know. The acidity of the tomato sauce or the tomato itself probably breaks it down nicely. Oops, almost forgot to put some glue there. There we go. Well, the brisket we do is based off of an Irish dish, you know, Scotch Irish dish, and it's not smoked. It's cured with seasonings, and it's like a slow cure. They literally they penetrate it with. Oh shoot! I forgot to put glue there. Can't do that. I'm being stupid. You guys got me thinking about brisket. I'm forgetting the glue parts. Shame on you. Can't forget to glue the bottom. That would have been disastrous. Here we go. Okay. Let's get this aligned properly. And this is me holding this like this for the next few minutes. Bubba, you gotta go? That sucks. Well, hey, man. Have a good evening. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. You know, take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. This will be done next time you come back. Yeah. That's why you mentioned that. Like when I think of corn, our seasoning packet's got a lot of like peppercorns in it, so maybe that has something to do with the name as well too. I don't know, but it is tasty. It's a very bright red meat because of the way it's been treated. Okay, we got a little extra here we need to get out. There we go. There we are. Give us the readout. Let's see here. Maybe while that's drying, we'll build the grip for it a little bit here. Maybe the one we have here in the States is different because I'm pretty sure it's just a brine that they soak the meat in, you know. Oh, love tinned fish, dude. Smoked kippers, mackerel and tomato sauce. Love it. You know, I'll sit down with some pickles of different kinds and garlic chunks and peppers and just open up a can of fish. Um, Gosh, yeah, we've got so much to choose from here in the States. Like we have this place called Global Foods where I can get tinned fish from pretty much anywhere. And you get anything from Norway, Philippines, China, Japan, Korea, you name it. I mean, South America. I think the true test of a tinned fish is how their mackerel or their sardines taste in a tomato sauce, you know, and like it. Not everybody can do a tomato sauce like a mackerel or sardine properly, or herring for the matter, you know. But yeah, like just getting like a nice piece of bread with butter and some pickles and maybe some like green onions, you know, and a can of fish, and then like you know I don't drink alcohol anymore, but like a non-alcoholic beer on a hot day. Oh, man, it's the best. I think I have tried Rose Bowl. It's got it's a green, yellow, and black can. I think it's about yay big. They're actually pretty good. It wasn't like they said it was like spicy, but it wasn't that spicy. Of course, I've got a pretty high spice tolerance. You know, runs in the family. But it was good. Now, you know who makes really good uh, like mackerel is actually the Russians. They make a really good tomato sauce mackerel, as well as the Poles and the Latvians. They make really. I mean, it's just like the spices in it are awesome, and like you know, it complements the fish flavor. It doesn't overpower it. You know, it's very good. You can get anything from like a spicy sweet to just like you know just a straight up like a nice tomato flavor with the fish. It's good stuff. Yeah, give me a second. I'll go grab one. I'll show it to you. Okay, so in the dark of my basement, I was able to find three of them. So the first one here, this one we get pretty easily here, is Rugen fish, and this is product of Germany. This is a German one. Oh, I'll just do it this way. And it's got a tomato sauce, and these are lovely. These are herrings, and I never had a problem with a German product whatsoever. This one right here is Baltic Gold, and that's the mackerel in tomato sauce. This is excellent, and like you can warm this up and put it on noodles. I mean, like so, like some ramen or something like that. Very tasty, or just eat it out of the can cold with some pickles and stuff. And this one right here, Gold Star. Yeah, sorry, it's in Russian, but it's just another smaller company. I think this is no, this is the Latvian one. Yeah, this is made in Latvia, and this is very tasty too. I got some more back there too, but it's kind of dark and can't see anything. But those are really good. And I think I have some cans of like they're little cans. They're like this big of like sardines from the Philippines upstairs too. They're like with fried black beans and sesame oil and stuff like that. They're so tasty. I love canned fish. And my family's like half Norwegian, Swedish, so it's just in my blood. I crave it. Oops. You can't pour glue unless you open up the lid. But I'll definitely look up that brand. If you want, I can type the brand name into the text or the chat for you. If you didn't catch those, sorry, I was kind of fast about that. Yeah, we got really lucky. We've got this place in the next town over, like I mentioned, it's called Global Food, and they've got every aisle has a flag hanging above it, and it's just like England, Ireland, Russia, Latvia, Korea, North Korea. I'm just kidding. Philippines, so on and so forth. And you just go down the aisle and you can get products from that area. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, center up guy. My wife's Ukrainian, so I get sent there often enough because she loves sunflower seeds. She's always eating on them. Did I do anything for my birthday? Yes. I cooked everyone dinner and told them to leave me the heck alone. No, we just, we had a little cake and hung out. It was nice. Nothing too big. I'm not a big party animal. See, I mean, this stuff it bonds pretty quickly. This glue is really great. Now let's get the bullets put in here. There we go. That guy dry. And the blue and yellow don't look too bad. But we will paint it. Give it a more realistic look. Yeah. So, one more time, just in case you want to write it down. It's Gold Star. Baltic Gold. They love gold for some reason. And of course, you know about the Rugen fish. Why is that not fitting? No worries. Hope you find them. Oh, Hollow, I was telling everybody earlier how humidity had struck. Look at that. This yellow PLA just absorbs moisture like you wouldn't believe. It's nuts. I know you guys got a ton of humidity out there. Do you take to drying your filament out before you use it? I was talking with JK earlier. He was thinking about setting up some kind of drying thing. I may have to do it too eventually. Oh, why I didn't put a cross pin hole on here. Yeah. Yeah, with like the larger pieces, no problem, you know, but the higher the detail, definitely it's an issue. Isn't it ironic? The part that, you know, has the most detail to it is the one that's most susceptible, and it's the most maddening. Your PC dries out your room? That's funny. What are these notifications I'm getting? Well, what's the temperature over there in the Philippines right now? That's what I've heard. It's pretty gnarly. Like, you know, during the oh, so it's all, dang, it's all moisture right now. You got all kinds of rain coming your way. That sucks. Yeah. So we get heat here. We get humidity. Like we get 100% humidity, and it can be about 32 to 36 degrees on average. It gets pretty nasty. My guy, get in there. I think I'll have to put a clamp on this one. On the safe side. Oh man, I'm looking forward to snow. You got up to 50 last summer? Jesus God. Does the town just shut down at 50? I had a buddy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. When they got to 50, they shut everything down. Because they could literally like blow a fuse, you know, on the town. But yeah, Jake, I'm with you. I can't wait for the snow. I miss it. Oh, they push through, huh? Yeah, no excuse. back to work. But sir, it's 50 degrees out. We got aircon. Hey man, if your grid can take it. Third world, but with good internet. That's all you need in life. Alright, let that guy dry. Would you run aircon in your house, or do you just tough out the heat? You know, once upon a time here, we didn't have aircon either. We just had to like deal with it in the summertime. My house, like, we didn't have central air conditioning until I want to say 2012. We were using small window units and stuff like that. It was pretty miserable, but we made it. You just take it, yeah. Yeah. I get it, man. Singapore is the standard. What does that mean? Just out of curiosity. Don't know that one. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was seeing on the news the other day. Oh, standard of living, internet, everything. Okay. That's what everyone's shooting for. Gotcha. Never been to Singapore either, so I wouldn't know. Never been big on travel, honestly. You guys ever get out of your home countries? JK, you ever get out of Canada? Another place I've been is the Eastern Bloc, former Soviet countries. That's hush hush. No, I'm just kidding. That's how I met my wife. That's pretty cool. It's kind of an unusual place to go. Shit, how'd that break off like that? Did you like it? I mean, that's seriously different from where you're living. Open plains, endless skies, dry and cool. I bet the food must have been a trip for you. From what I understand, they don't have much in the way of fruits and vegetables. They eat a lot of meat, a lot of milk products. Totally different diet. That's right, yurt. Dominican Republic. That's also a big change too. Man. Right now, I mean, you've got like Dominican Republic right here, literal border Haiti. Like the you want to talk about a crazy place, Haiti. Well, I had a friend who went there. It's a humanitarian effort, and boy, she did not like what she saw. It's a crazy place. The Gobi Desert, 2 weeks. Now, it got hot, I'm sure, but was it, like Philippines hot? was the dry heat, man. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Gotta watch my time as always. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that about deserts, man. They can get that way. I spent a year in the Arizona desert, and it got pretty chilly at night. And heat was different, you know. Like it was so dry. It didn't feel like it was 100 degrees, but it was. Like where I come from, there's a lot of humidity, you know. You get used to that humidity, and you can tell what the temperature is roughly, but in Arizona it was different. Different kind of heat. There we go. Cool. Let's glue that guy in place. I gotta tell you, man, it's not all like it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of drug runners and cartel members and stuff like that. And what's really crazy about Arizona is that there's golden sand everywhere. There's palm trees everywhere, but there's no water, you know, and there's no green outside the few palm trees lining the road. And being someone like yourself from a lush green place, it'll mess with your head after a while. Yeah, no running water outside. Oh my god, that's nuts. Well, that's camping. It's all right. Everybody, you know, poops in the woods every once in a while. Oh yeah. I mean, you probably get some pretty decent stars out there, you know, in the countryside of Quebec. I mean, there we go. So, do my prints have lore? Yes, they do. Um, the game I'm basing it, well, not basing off of the game, the lore behind um, my guys. It's very preliminary. I've been thinking about it, you know, and I wanted to call it the either the lost or the missing colony. And the idea is that um, these guys, the people who made this society possible, ended up on another world, and they're actually from um, 20th century England. Who was a they were it was a colonial ship, a military ship that got lost at sea, but had been transported to another existence essentially. And it's done by devious gods essentially. But I'll give you a little tidbit about the game. Every entity in the game, no matter how horrific the entities are, no matter how alien they all come from the human race at a different point, at a different time, or another dimension in human history and future. So they're all have a human origin. How they got to the way they look, what they are, is a story of their own. Even the gods that drag these entities into this universe where they collide with one another playing their big game were one time human from a different time period. So that's the basic idea of it. Still got to write it all down and work it out. And as I design the models and the various other armies, then the story will come out for them over time. Yeah. Yeah, but moose, bears, coyotes, whatever else scare the crap out. Yeah, I get you. I'm a very light sleeper when it comes to camping. I hear a bump in the night, I'm, you know, reaching for my gun. Excuse me. All right, let's do the old test slide here. There we are. Let's see how he holds it. Let's store our weapons. Chest turrets. Back. I hope I did not pop that one out. I may have. I gotta redesign these turrets. So yeah, the lore on this is pretty dark. But that's how we play. And I'm going to have fun with it, you know. It's nothing, you know, the lore regarding these guys is not set in stone. I mean, things may come up and I may adjust the storyline and things like that. But I wanted every army to be based on humanity at either its highest or lowest points throughout different time periods. You know, some from the future, some from distant past that got transported to different dimensions, things like that, that warped and changed humanity to make the entities that you'll see on the tabletop fighting this guy. What made me start YouTube? Oh. I think, well, when I started designing these models and stuff, I started off with this little guy. This is the Mercury Fighter, and it was like one of the first things I designed on Tinkercad, and I was really happy with it. And I was printing him out in resin. This one's made out of FDM, which is so much more durable and fun to play with, you know. But I was so proud of the work I did. I just figured I'd share it and start sharing it, you know. And it just kind of took off. I kept going, you know. And I mean, I have had long lapses between like making videos and sharing and stuff like that. But I eventually come back, you know, so. Yeah, that little guy's been downloaded a lot, you know. I should design more spaceships and stuff like that. I want to make a battle cruiser to go with these guys too at some point in time. Oops, I almost forgot. Oh, you love the Mercury Fighter? Yeah, he's fun. I was thinking about, like, you know, updating him and making one that has a clear shield and then having a pilot on the inside with, like, you know, a heads-up display in front of him and a flight stick, and so you can just have a little more detail. Like, make a higher-end version of him, going back and updating it. Then I've got a drop ship that I'm making as well, too. I've made, but it needs some more finishing touches on it. Here, I'll show you that guy too. Yeah, forgive me if he falls apart on me here. Yeah, he did. Yeah, love Macross. Macross or Wittek, all that. Come on, get it in the hole. There we go. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to line this thing up. I didn't glue this one together. I'm still working on it. There we go. You can kind of see them. I mean, it's big, but it's a transport ship. And I figured we could add some more guns to it and stuff like that, and get it on the tabletop as well. Yeah, this is the Tiberius dropship. Or no, is it the Tiberius? I've forgotten. It's been too long. I'll put that guy back together later. Yeah, I was thinking about that, like making, you know, some of my ships should be variable so that they can act as an air unit and a land unit, so they'll be more powerful in the air. But in case on the tabletop you want to use them as a land unit, you can land them and walk them around or something, or roll them around, you know, because why not? I mean, it's the future, isn't it? You can make all kinds of cool stuff like that. Okay, let's get some glue on that guy. Yeah, pew pew. That's really what happens, guys. Like, after we've been together for a while and I say I gotta go, and, I finally can't hold the urge back. I'm over here going pew 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 pew. Oh. Yes, I'm a big nerd. But if you guys are tuning in, that means you got a little nerd in you too. But yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about. I was like, I should, you know, go back and print that sucker out again and then make it on here and paint it like I'm doing this guy. Because I don't have a painted version of it, and I do need to update my website. So that one's a really quick one to put together. It's all of like 5 or 6 pieces, but they are fun. And with those guys too, you can scale them down, so you can have a whole bunch of them depending on what scale. Like if you've got like a space game, where it's ship versus ship, you can scale them up or scale them down and use them in that. Okay, I think we successfully completed our Maximilian machine gun. Let that guy dry. He's going to hold on to that, cling on to it tenaciously. There we are. Any advice? Should I start with Bamboo A1 Mini or Bamboo A1? Hey, Lionheart, welcome, buddy. Missed you the other night. Welcome back. So I say go with what's in your budget. You know, I've always been a firm believer that if you can get the larger build volume, do that because you can make bigger projects. Otherwise you're going to have to cut your projects into sections and put them together, kind of like what I'm doing here. It's always nice to have like a larger build volume. Like my first printer was a CR10, which is like, I think it's like a 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter by like 600 millimeter build volume. It cost a little more, but I've never looked back when it comes to making the bigger models. So now we are going to do the armor mortiser. How you doing tonight there, Lionheart? These are printable decals that I was messing with for the mortiser. Oh, fun, by the way, guys. What's joyous about the armor mortiser? Is the chain. We get to put every single link together, and my fingers get to bleed. But it's the only way to get a good looking chain on this thing. You can print it all as one piece and pull it up, but then you're printing it vertically and you get these really ugly layer lines. But when you do it horizontally, you get nice smooth chain links. But you have to put them together one at a time. And it is a colossal pain in the butt. So saddle up. Yeah, we're making new friends all over the place, Leonard. Our nerddom is growing. Excuse me for a second, guys. I got a print I got to pull off here. Good. There we are. More parts. So we've got the gearbox here. This is the armor mortiser neck and the engine block, fuel tanks, carburation and coolant, and of course the spikes on the outside. Now, let's pull this board off here. God willing, this comes off easy. Sometimes it doesn't. There we are. I had to build a support in for that one because typical supports didn't do a very good job there, so I wanted it to be extremely close, so I designed that one in Tinkercad, and it works. This guy goes in here like so. Like that. Finally finished your project, so now we can focus. Good. Focus is what we need. I'm gonna have to focus on jabbing myself again, getting these little supports out. Right there. Come out pretty easy. So I highly recommend buying a set of these dental picks. They're very useful. There we are. Clean as a whistle. I usually like to go through the fins here to help separate them a little bit. Clean them up as well too. Yeah, if we can get results like this now, I mean, imagine what 3D printing is going to be like in 10 years, provided the world doesn't completely blow up and implode. You know. Go. Not too much stringing in here. Pretty clean print. Confused. 2029, yeah. It's all over by 2030. That's what I keep hearing. That's the prophecy. Oops. Excuse me for a second. I was going to print something else. What the heck was it? Oh, a wrist. Need a wrist for this guy. Yeah, if it hits a keyhole, it will come back and hit Earth. Okay. Is this like a comet or something? Or like a meteor? Don't worry, Techno, you'll be fine. You rule over the apocalypse. hypothesis. I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. I gotta start it. Oh, huge meteor, of course, yeah. We're gonna go the way of the dinosaurs. Kaboom. That's what'll happen is like everything will be completely like blown up, and then aliens will come here and they'll find me at my workbench, with a little robot toy. Give me a second, guys. Gotta get the wrist printed out here. What's up? Hello. Okay. Oh, there it is. One more. Okay, now we're good. It will pass in 2029. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Well, I guess that concludes our broadcast. I gotta go and cry now. Gee whiz. I hope you're wrong. That'd be terrifying if that were the case. Well, what we need to do is we need to get all of our nukes, get them in satellite, get them ready to hit that sucker and divert it into a different direction, or have a series of explosions along the way to push it out. We have time, we can do it. I'm getting a team together. We're going to go up there and we're going to move that sucker out of the way. That's true. Yeah, we got to do something about it. Well, if that's our extinction, that sucks. Let's hope their math is off by a few degrees. Might be our saving grace. That's too short. Oh, well, if it hits California, then we're cool. So do you think this is why they're pushing so hard to make these reusable rockets and stuff like that so they can get off the planet long enough to survive the initial impact? The important people in the world. The rest of us could stay down here and just burn. It's like Elon Musk is like, well, we have to get out of here in like 10 years because this is going to meteorite that's going to destroy everything. So I need to get to Mars so I can survive the cataclysmic events. Yeah. Dude, the whole data center thing is crazy. Hey, Hollow, are they making data centers in the Philippines? Because they're coming up all over the place here in the States. Are they doing it there too? I know they're doing it in Canada. They gotta be. Well, if that's the case, let's hope they do it right. Last thing we need is to be wiped off the planet. Oh, I think that the data center thing is just a big scam, honestly. I think it's just the way that they're lining their pockets and they're going to run off to their private islands when it doesn't work like they plan on. I plan on to. Pax Silica, yeah. The new Silicon Empire. Pax Silicata. But Hollow, are they, oh, so they are doing it? Well, yeah, if you got coastline, you can use coastal water for your cooling. Hey, they're the smart ones. I guess they know what's best. I mean, they're putting one down in our city here in St. Louis, and they're putting it in an old building that is maybe 10 miles away from the Mississippi. It's not on the river. You think they would put it on the river to cool it, but they're going to depend on the like this 100-year-old electrical infrastructure of St. Louis and not a readily available water source. Like you said, it's absurd, but they're doing it. That's why I think it's got to be a scam. True. Says not for AI, too much power for massive surveillance. I think you're probably right about that, JK. I think it's mostly about surveillance and just information gathering in general. But like a lot of the data centers, they haven't even broken ground. They've got like all these GPUs stacked up in these warehouses that are gathering dust. They're not being used and they're losing value, every day. Well, that flock, that's a whole other thing. Those are coming down. People around here are not messing around with those things. They are not messing around with flock. They spray paint them. They cut them down. They're not going to make it for long, I don't think. Look up patent 666. Ooh, sign of the devil. They will farm us. Now, Hollow, when you say farm us, you don't mean like food farm us. You mean like data farm us. We will be the data of blockchain and big tech. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about there. Um, Data is going to be worth more than gold in the future, as they say. It's going to be the key to running everything. But we'll see. You know, Soylent Green. Yeah. Oh, I know Soylent Green. I love Charlton Heston. I watch that movie quite regularly. But yeah, I think Hollow's talking about just like data information, knowing you and then better than you know yourself kind of situation, being able to predict your patterns, maybe even affect your ability to make decisions. What's the term? Manufacturer consent, things like that. The Soylent Green thing that comes later. That's after the asteroid hits us and we have to eat each other, to survive. Ugh. Oops, did I chill the one out? I think I did chill that. Engine block. There we go. Well, I don't know. The whole social score thing, you have to be able to maintain the infrastructure to have such a thing function. And if one thing China is proving is that maintaining that infrastructure is becoming harder and harder to do because they have a rapidly aging population, and the young people who maintain such systems are A, leaving the country with whatever resources they have. B, I'm not sure if you've heard the movement's called lying flat, where they just don't get involved in society. They're just basically couch potatoes, and they have no faith in their government in many ways. I mean, that's the impression we get from over here. Who knows what's really going on the ground there? But the whole social credit thing, it takes maintenance. It takes effort, and is nobody's having kids right now, and we're going to see that age gap get higher and higher, and the people who are capable of doing things are going to be lesser and lesser in number. You know, China's got a huge population deficit. I mean, the one-child policy really wrecked them, and they're paying for it now. So, I mean, in order to have a social credit system, you have to have a pretty young population that's constantly replacing itself. And globally speaking, we don't have that anymore. The average age in China is over the age of 45. So they have some real problems. Yeah. Well, what's it like in the Philippines? I mean, are you guys below replacement rate too? I somewhat got the impression that pretty much everybody in that area is, you know, not having kids or getting married. Yeah, just one generation. And it's really sad too because I mean their economic miracle was impressive, and at what cost though? The state policies really harmed the people. You can't just switch it off and switch it back on, like the ability or desire to have children. Yeah. Are you saying yes, the biggest drop and the fastest is in the Philippines too? Are you guys having problems as well? Because like America, well, the only reason we maintain our numbers is through immigration mostly. You know, once people get here, they stop having kids. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. And I bet it wasn't but one generation ago, people in the Philippines had families of like four or five or six, right? And just all of a sudden, it just cut off, like within the last 10 to 20 years, right? I'd be a little disappointed if I went out into space and found that there were humans everywhere. I'd be like, ah, oh. Like, yeah, welcome to the club, pal. Yeah, 1 decade. That's crazy. I mean, and it's what's really funny is like, you talk about rich country versus poor country. It doesn't seem to matter about wealth. Everybody's not doing it. Everybody's not having kids and making families. It's like something globally is in the water that's just changing people's personalities. I don't know. Techno, you got a big responsibility. You're the young in here. You got to carry the generator, carry the future. Hey, Hollow, do you mind if I ask how old you are? Like I said, Techno. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. You replaced yourself. At least you replaced you and your wife. Some people, they only have one kid or no kids. I don't get it. Like Japan is really bad too. I mean, they're in big trouble as well. We just gave them a huge bailout package to keep their economy going, and it's partially because their older generation is really overtaking the younger generation. Yeah, and that's good. Two kids is good. You know. Well, JK, I think that's predominantly a North American thing. Our women here could be a little bit, you know. Oh yeah, no, South Korea is the worst apparently. They have like one of the lowest birth rates in the world, and they're going to disappear like dramatically within the next generation. I mean, I never thought I'd see anything like this. You know, when I was a kid, it was overpopulation nonstop. You know, oops, I gotta fix my camera, guys. Why didn't you tell me my camera was off? Yeah, point 0.9. Yeah, I think it may even be lower than that. I think maybe like point 0.7 or something. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, okay. You are South Korean. Okay, cool. So you're on the ground. You know what it's all about. Yeah, we've seen them. Well, hey man, I feel for you. You, as a Korean, you're gonna have to have some kids. You know, from what I understand, it's really tough for you guys too because your educational standards are very high, and I know they work you guys really hard, and you hardly get time to yourselves. It seems, and socializing can be problematic, if from what I've heard is correct. You know, like I hear that in South Korea, you know, you have to really bust your ass for school and then get into college, and then when you get out of college, you go to, I think it's called a Weibo. Is that right? It's one of these big firms, like one of the, you know, big top 4 or 5 firms of the country, and that's basically where all the jobs are if you want to do well. And then you got to bust your ass there, and it's like there's no time to actually, you know, meet and make a family, you know, and start a life. Yes. And Japan, they got the salary man, as they call it. Yeah. Oh, Techno, I'm sure you're a fine-looking kid. You'll meet somebody. Don't be hard on yourself. Besides, the gym awaits you. You can always go to the gym and bulk up. I mean, JK got married, you know. He described himself as an Oompa Loompa. He, he can do it, anybody can do it. Just kidding, JK. Just tilt your head back, you know. See, told you. He said it, not me. Ah, we're printing over there. Cool. See what Hollow said right there. Get you some God, get you some weights. You know, feel good about yourself. Be proud of yourself when you build some muscle. They'll come. JK is right too. Personality is a big one. If you're a good guy, you'll find a good girl. And from what I noticed with all my experience, my limited experience, the girl tends to choose you. I mean, you may not think you're the best looking guy, but when it comes to looks, it's all in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You may not think you look good, but she does, and that's all that really matters. And that goes for the way you look at the girl too. The girl may have something about herself that she doesn't like, and you may be like, "That's the one thing I like about you the most." Tell my wife that all the time. Everybody's a little, what's the term, self-conscious. Perfectly normal. Come on, why is this not lining up? There we go. Yeah, that's very true. But you know what their number one priority, Hollow, is making sure that they had that long list of things for you to do. That never changes. Yeah, when it comes to women, I say lower your standards, up your averages. You know, don't chase runway models. I can agree with that one. Of course, I like you people. That's what your son looks like. He's never dated. He's never had a girlfriend. That's tough. And it can't be easy for kids these days. You know, I get that. Let's turn that a little bit more. Hey, look, you know, marry a chubby girl and be happy for the rest of your life. Shoot, I mean, when I think about dating and all that, I'm glad that's behind me. Man, you know, do they like me? Don't they like me? All the social pressures and things. That's rough. I mean, I feel sorry for you kids, you know, but you'll make it through it. It's almost done. Oh, yeah. Finding the same values, that's tough. But you know, like one thing I noticed about women, you know, when you marry them, their values tend to flock towards you, like towards your values over time, because you know you have all that time with them to explain it to them, and they finally hear you out. That's actually a really good question. That should be a book title: Apocalypse to Love. There you go. Write that book. You have all the girlfriends you want. Make it a romance. That's funny. That is actually a really good book title. Apocalypse to Love. Well, there you go. Hollow's being straight up about it. You've been recruited. You know, Techna, it's time for you to get to work. You're the savior of the earth and of the human race. Let's see how this fits here. So, 15's almost a man. You'll be fine. Well, hey, who knows? I mean, maybe you'll, you know, meet your lifelong partner in high school. It does happen. I've known plenty of people who have married their high school sweetheart. My best friend from high school actually married his high school sweetheart. There were times I didn't think it would work, but it did. Yeah, George Washington was 16 when he crossed over the Americas into new territories, mapping the place. You know? Shinzo Abe. Yeah, rest his soul. Hey, all ages are welcome here. Everybody can come here and get bad advice from us old farts. Well, somewhat old farts. Paulo, he's still a young guy. He's at the right age, you know. Everything still functions properly. He's got youthful exuberance. Let's see here. Don't worry, JK. It just means you're the wisest. You only got 10 years on me, bro. We still remember payphones. We're pre-internet. Good God. No, nobody said you're the stupidest. But don't worry, we will educate you. We like having you around. Besides, you're from South Korea. You got wealth of knowledge you're going to pick your brain about. It's a neat place. Wise old Oompa Loompa, yeah, right. Well, if you're old enough to vote, I guess you're in the in group. If you're considered an adult, you're on your way to being old. Just a matter of time, partner. At 18, we'll be 28. It'll be 38. Then it'll be 48. My favorite dinosaur? See, you're talking to a guy who played Ark Survival Evolved, so I do love my dinosaurs. I need to get back into Ark. For me, I'd say it was the Quetzalcoatlus. It was the largest flyer in history. You know, it's the size of a school bus, and it's a pteranodon. Huge beak on it. Yeah. Yeah, JK, I hear Jesus still owes you money. Triceratops, it's a good one. The armored shield. Yeah, I need to get back into Ark. I need to be streaming that someday. Like, I'm still waiting for them to release a map that I was playing on before they ended Ark Survival Evolved, and then they came out with Ark Survival Ascended. So once they release my old map back, I'm going to get back onto it. Yeah, Jesus is alright. He'll take care of you. Kentosaurus. I should know this. Let me look that one up really quick. Kentosaurus. Oh yeah, the spiky one. That's right. Okay. That's actually an Ark. I've seen that there. You can't really ride a Kentosaurus. That thing will skewer you, man. Let's see here. Am I ready? Yeah, it's still drying. But we probably can clip it. Okay. I'm getting these various canisters put on here. That's carburation. And where is the... I'm missing parts again. See, I built the darn thing and designed the darn thing, and I thought I had all my files sorted, so when I print it out, I'd have everything, but I am missing the weaver rail for this guy. So I gotta print that out next. Yeah, yeah, Canada they found a lot of unique species in Canada, like the Albertosaurus, for example, and whatnot. And I think in New Zealand, they found a bunch of smaller counterparts to some of the larger species of sauropods because they were isolated. So they were parallel evolution, but they were just like the micro version of them. I think what the Albertosaurus is it a sauropod? No, it's like a T-Rex, I think, actually. It's like a larger T-Rex. It's very big. There we go. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Well, that's the theory, is that Nessie is she's a plesiosaur. But, I don't know. We have yet to find her. Yeah. Well, so here we go. Techna. Loch Ness has Nessie, the plesiosaur. Is there like a Loch Ness in Korea? You know, is there like a mythical animal that everybody sees but nobody gets a clear shot of? Like what they call a cryptid. You know, we have like in Canada, they have the Yeti and Bigfoot. So do we, you know. And Scotland has Loch Ness. What does Korea have? What mythical creature that people see running around? What does it have? Oh, my bad. I will forget. I am horrible about that. So get used to it. Comes with age. Oh yeah, Host. That was a cool movie. I like that one. That was actually a pretty refreshing, like, horror film. That creature. Sorry. Well, okay. What is okay? You gotta explain that. What is Ogo Pogo? If I'm pronouncing that right. I've never heard of Ogo Pogo. I think I've heard of Lolo Long. Wasn't he like, I'm not sure how many meters it would be, but he was like a 25-foot croc. Yeah. Yes, we've got good old Bigfoot. I was in Colorado for a year. I saw him personally. He's a cool guy. Yeah, it's a little stiff, but they're even bigger. Good God. I'd be out hunting that thing. I mean, jeez Louise. Can't have that on. Is it? I guess it's up to the state to hunt them down, or can citizens in defense hunt them down? Yeah, right. Bigger crocs in the Senate. No, those are snakes. We have them too. Open this up a little bit, I think. Get in there. Kitsune nine tails. Is that supposed to be like a fox with nine tails or a wolf or something like that? I think I have heard of that one. Oh, Trudeau. Yeah, that was clearly a alien lizard hybrid. Yeah, that Trudeau, or he was at least a Castro hybrid. You ever see like pictures of Fidel Castro compared to Trudeau when they're both young? I don't know, man. Kind of familiar. Okay, I'm gonna do those last, I guess. Isn't that nuts? I mean, he's a spitting image of a young Castro, and he was known to be in Canada, hanging out with the first lady there. Ah, okay. I knew I heard that from somewhere. Yeah, the Japanese got some neat mystical creatures. Love their style. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, it is 2 hours and 8 minutes. I hate to say it, guys, but I gotta haul it. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay up all night and I won't get any sleep. Let's see here. I'll hang out for a few more minutes. I'll hang out for a few more minutes. I don't want to bail on you guys. It feels like we just all got here. Well, now, JK, you know what it's like to have little kids. You know what it's like to be like the pancake guy in the house. If you make breakfast food, they're kicking you out of bed first thing. They'll be up at 7 o'clock, guaranteed. You're like, Dad, breakfast. Make pancakes and eggs. No, no, no. I'll hang out for a few more minutes, though. Once this print is done, then I'll complete the gauntlet grip here, and then I'll go to bed. More of the taxi. You're the guy that drives me around. Yeah, time zones are a bitch. Let's eliminate all time zones. So, Hollow, I know you got the giant crocs rolling around, but is there like a mythical creature that like people say they see at night, like in the forest or in the mountains or the hills or down the beach or something like that? Like, is there like a mythical creature everybody looks out for? Like, hey, don't get caught in this valley at this time or down this road, you know. So and so's going to get you. Oh, yeah. I know that one. Nothing specific like Nessie, man. Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. Do you guys have the chupacabra? I know that's been cited all over the world. You know, some people claim. I know it's in South America, and I've heard that people in Australia have seen the chupacabra. Maybe our New Zealand friends heard of that one. The goat sucker. Tion. Okay, let me hold on. Oh, that's. It looks like a baby. Ugh, that's creepy as all hell. I'm gonna look that one up. Hold on, give me a second. Tionic. Tionic. Oh, there it is. Vampiric creature in the Philippines mythology. Oh, that's awful. That's crazy. So it appears like a newborn baby in the forest and draws you in and gets you. That's that would freak me the hell out. Aswangs and Mana. Oh, you have to forgive me out. Okay. Manango. Disembodied woman in half and flies. Okay. I think the Chinese have something like that too. It's like half of a woman. It's like a banshee creature. Yeah. So you guys got a lot of them. That's neat. Huh. Yeah, here in America we've got Bigfoot. We've got the Jersey Devil, which is a bat-winged like man that was the 13th child of like a witch who like, was out in New Jersey, jumps on rooftops and scares people and runs off with kids. And then we've got the Mothman, which is from the Appalachian areas. It looks like a giant black shadow with red eyes. Capri is a giant man that smokes tobacco, mostly chill, but likes women's too. So he sounds like a normal dude. But do they have Mothman up in Canada as well? That wouldn't surprise me. Now, JK, let me ask you: do you call Bigfoot Bigfoot, or you call him the Yeti? Because we do both down here. Fjordland moose. Okay, so it's like a ghostly cryptid that people will hear them howling at night, and, rubbing its horns on trees and stuff like that. Long-haired TV lady? Yeah, she lives next door. Crazy. Kidding. Sasquatch, that's the other name. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeti is supposed to be the abominable snowman. That's supposed to be a North Pole like Bigfoot that's carnivorous. Not bad. Hadn't thought about that one in a while. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You seem you seem pretty knowledgeable about a lot of things, Hollow. You know, you know about birth rates for God's sakes. Thank God for the internet. Skinwalkers. That's another one. Good mention. Good mention. Oh man, that creeps me out. Skinwalker Ranch. If you guys ever get a chance to watch a documentary on that, it is wacky. It is out there, and they swear it was real. You know. Here, give me a second. I think my print's almost done. Well, yeah, like the baby in the forest thing. That's very Skinwalker like. You know. You want to visit Skinwalker Ranch? No, thank you. I'll be on the hilltop with binoculars watching it. No, 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 no. You're a 15-year-old guy who hangs out with older nerds. Oof. See, now I'm getting the creeps, man. I'm gonna fall asleep watching it. Oh, the Wendigo. Yeah, that's another one. That's an old Indian, American Indian cryptid. The man eater. Yeah. Heard the forest full of dolls in China. No, I haven't heard that one. That's a new one. We're all going to get together on Halloween and like have pumpkin spice lattes and talk about this stuff. It's coming. All right, got these wrists done here. Oh, you've actually experienced ghost stories. Now we're talking. That stuff gives me chills, man. No decaf for me, man. I'm always about the caffeine. La Isla de las Uneca? Uneca? Oh, yeah, yeah. Keep the machete hanging on the wall, ready to go. And the werewolves thing, not so much. We got a lot of wannabe vampires here, that's for sure. I'll tell you one thing that's kind of cool about our town, St. Louis. If you've ever seen the movie The Exorcist, it's actually based off of a true story. And it was about a boy that was possessed by a demon. And the exorcism actually happened near the Lemp Mansion down in St. Louis City. And in the film, there's a staircase there where the priest dies in the end. And there's a staircase down there that resembles that exactly. It's kind of a haunted area. The Lent Mansion is haunted too. People get tours and stuff like that, but some creepy things happened in there. Oh yeah, I think there are some tabletop games based on cryptids. I think there's an H.P. Lovecraft, which is, by the way, today's his birthday too. He was born today as well. I think they made a Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu tabletop game or something like that. They got miniatures you can paint and stuff, and they're all 18th century kind of characters, top hats and frock coats and things. Oh yeah, Amityville. Almost forgot about that. Was that wasn't in Missouri? I know the story. I don't know which state it's in though. That's yeah. I mean, that's what they say. It's like one of the signs of possession, of demon possession, is the ability to speak a language that you clearly would never know. You know, um, and to know things that you would never encounter, like know about things or about people you would never encounter. Yeah, and a different voice. That's right. So have there? I suspect you guys probably had some like exorcisms and stuff in the Philippines. Am I right in asking that? Because I think you've got a pretty big Catholic population, right? Like Muslim and Catholic population. Well, that was the guy who sold to get good at a guitar. Was that Howlin' Wolf? I think. Was it Howlin' Wolf? Oh shoot. Let's see here. Well, I know there was that movie. Um, what was it called? Oh, brother, where art thou? There was a character in there that had sold his soul to the devil for him to play the guitar. Oh, somebody can look it up. Really? That's quite a change. Are you a Catholic or like which denomination do you practice? Ah, okay. That's quite a change from Catholic to Dutch Reform. Robert Johnson. Maybe that was the guy. I don't know. Well, hey man, if your soul is good and you're happy, that's all that matters. Find your place in the world. Go ye in peace. Hollow, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna head out here in a minute too once I get this wrist done. It's good talking with you, man. You know, I love talking cryptids. Love talking about the world and picking your brain about the Philippines. Watch out for that big croc out there. You know, after a big lunch, he probably would like to snack on you. So be careful. That's what they say about Jesus. Absolutely. I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully you will be too. We'll discuss a great many things. Good. I am all ears, all the time. Robert Johnson. That's the guy's name. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I ain't gonna sell my soul to no devil. You heading off, Techna? Have a good night, if you are. Just want to get this wrist finished, and then I'm gonna head out myself. Ah, okay. I still got a minute or two. I'll let you know. I hate to call it a night because you guys are fun. Let's see here. We talked about the apocalypse. We, talked about birth rates. We talked about girlfriends, all that dating stuff, and then selling your soul to play the guitar as well as the cryptids of the world. I mean, I think we covered some pretty good bases tonight. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you had fun, JK. We'll keep it coming. We will keep it coming. If this format brings you guys a good time, I'm happy. Yeah, that's what matters. Okay. Well, I got the wrist done. We actually made some pretty good progress tonight. We got the MMC done. We got most of the armor mortars done. I'm going to print a couple more parts and then the wrist on this guy. So we're getting there. All right, fellas, I'm going to have to shut it down. Almost done. Yeah, almost done 2.5 hours here. So we got a little more time. Appreciate y'all coming in. Good night, guys. Hopefully see you all tomorrow. And yeah, y'all take care now. All right, I'm out of here in 3, 2, 1.